I'm John Bachman. 2 people are now dead. 1 person has been wounded after a Belgian police officer launched a counter-terrorism raid in the eastern part of that country. Now, this is some amateur video of that operation. Witnesses say they heard explosions and gunfire for several minutes. Agency France Presse is reporting that Belgian officials believe that weapons used in the Paris terror attacks were bought in a neighborhood near Brussels. The attacks on Charlie Hebdo and a kosher market in France have heightened security throughout Europe. Over in France, hundreds of mourners gathering today for funerals for staff members at the satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo. Cartoonist George Walensky was laid to rest today, and Secretary of State John Kerry also in France today, offering American support.
My visit to France is basically to share a big hug with Paris and express the affection of the American people for France and for our friends there.
Kerry was actually speaking in Bulgaria. He says he has no plans to apologize for the lack of a high-profile American representative at this Sunday's Unity March in Paris. And the U.S. is now easing travel restrictions for people wanting to visit Cuba. This is part of the normalization of relations with the communist island announced by President Obama last month. Now, Americans who travel to Cuba for one of a dozen approved reasons no longer need prior blessing before they go from the federal government. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell places Josh McNary on the league's exempt list, which means the Indianapolis Colts linebacker will not be available to play when his team plays in the AFC Championship this weekend. This after a woman has accused the 26-year-old football player of raping her last month. Police say after the alleged rape, she grabbed McNary's phone, and that's what police say is the clue that led them back to the NFL player. He is a West Point graduate and served 2 years on active duty. McNary signed with the Colts in 2013. The Oscar nominations are out today. Birdman and the Grand Budapest Hotel lead the pack, each getting 9 nominations, including nods for Best Picture. Also, Bradley Cooper getting a Best Actor nod for his role in American Sniper, which is also up for Best Picture, too. The film is based on the true story of Bradley Cooper, or of Chris Kyle's life. It received a total of 6 nominations. And former Navy SEAL Chris Kyle was killed on a gun range in 2012 by a man he was trying to help. That's part of his story. But before his death, Newsmax TV had a chance to talk to the former Navy SEAL about his life story, the inspiration for the now Academy Award-nominated film.
I'm trying to get people to take it another step forward. Let's show them things. And it's just little random acts of kindness, whether you want to mow their yard or babysit so they can go on a date or take a nap, cook them a meal. If you just show them thank you, it'll blow them away, and it means a whole lot more than just thank you.
Kyle reminding us all to thank our troops. Tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m., we'll revisit that interview with Kyle. Plus, we'll have an interview with Taya Kyle, Chris Kyle's wife. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you in 30 minutes. I'm John Bachman. Now back to the Steve Malzberg Show.